Most people think that the American dream is dead. They see inflation, high interest rates, a volatile market. They think that the whole game is rigged. But while the headlines are shouting about a looming crash, a new class of Americans, they're quickly getting rich. They're not the billionaires. They're not on TikTok. They're the stealthy rich. The truth is that the market you're investing in today, this isn't your grandpa's market. The old rules of mean reversion and bubbles, they're being rewritten by a massive automated wealth machine that most investors completely misunderstand. If you're sitting in cash and you're waiting for things to get back to normal, you're not just missing the boat, you're getting smoked. Today, we're breaking down the structural shift in the U.S. economy from the $84 trillion intergenerational wealth transfer to the reflexivity loop that's keeping asset prices structurally higher than ever before. We're going to look back at why the optimists are wrong, why the bears are wrong, and how you can position yourself for a generational bull market that's just getting started.
Mufasa, you know we finally here, right?
Well,
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday. Let's go, let's go, what,
Hey guys, it's your big dreamer and doer, G Dinero, coming to you today with another Financial Freedom Friday, or F3 as I love to call it. Please remember that none of this is tax, legal, financial, investment advice. It's your buddy G Dinero helping you increase your financial literacy to help put you and your family on that path to financial freedom. And before we dig in, a huge member shout out goes to Deluxe Bear. Deluxe Bear said, "Awesome work, everyone. I also managed to sell to open and buy to close a couple of contracts for $1,057 in 24 hours. Whoop, whoop." So Deluxe Bear, awesome job. I mean, guys, over $1,000 in 24 hours. These are the things that you're learning in the G Dinero coaching community. So awesome to see Deluxe Bear just absolutely crushing it. Thanks for sharing that with everybody. Thank you for sharing your successes, your challenges along the way. Together, we're all learning and we're all getting better. So Deluxe Bear, huge shout out to you, a super important member of the G Dinero coaching community. So where did today's inspiration come from? It came from Anthony Pompliano's Substack. And in there, he talked about how America quietly got rich. And he put up this funny looking picture here. And where can you find that, guys? Go follow him over at pomp.substack.com. It's that easy, pomp.substack.com. I don't want to claim this as my own. I read through his newsletter. I read it every single time he puts one out. I've been reading it for about 2 years now. And he definitely inspires me to start thinking about the markets and what's going on. So give Anthony a quick follow over there. Pomp's the man when it comes to the Substack world. He's one of about 4 or 5 that I subscribe to regularly. So what's going on in the world, right? We've been told that wealth is about the flashy 1%, but there's really a quiet revolution that's happening underneath everything. It's a new class of these stealthy rich Americans. They're worth tens of millions of dollars, and they're emerging, guys, fast. They didn't get there overnight, not through overnight moonshots, not through bubbles. They built it through unglamorous business ownership, right? And the relentless power of compounding. They let time kick in for them and compound their wealth. It's not a fluke. It is a regime shift in how America is building their wealth right now. And so why do markets keep defying the bears? Because the structure has changed, according to Pomp's newsletter, right? Passive flows, tax advantaged accounts, global demand. It's created this persistent bid. There's always a buyer, basically. It won't allow the markets to go down in a massively meaningful way, basically. So while we keep waiting for mean reversion, the system's now automated. As long as capital flows in and it flows into these equities, valuations can stay structurally higher than ever before, higher than your grandpa's market ever could, right? So the golden age of small business isn't over. It's just getting started. Today's mid-market businesses, they're not like your local mom and pops. They're global. They're tech-enabled machines at the end of the day. Software has crushed their costs while enabling them to reach out, right? Get bigger reach all across the globe. And in this new era, a small advantage, it scales globally so fast at near zero marginal extra cost to the business. So they can scale, grow, and have advantages that old school businesses didn't, right? The technology is not just a tool, it's an asymmetric wealth multiplier. So at the end of the day, don't fear the demographics, right? We're witnessing the largest intergenerational wealth transfer in history. The capital, it's not disappearing. It's merely being redeployed into the younger, more aggressive generation, right? Going from basically my parents' generation down to the next generation, like my son's generation. It's getting passed across from an older generation to a younger generation. And meanwhile, real estate's transitioned into what would be considered a luxury asset class, right? Trying to go own a home when you're right out of college, that feels like it's a struggle. Even with high rates, supply constraints, and concentrated ownership, they're keeping a structural floor under prices. So while real estate may come down a little bit, there's that structural floor underneath it because of the supply constraints and because of that concentrated ownership at the end of the day. So the bears, they're saying that the party has to end, right? But they're missing this reflexivity loop. And Anthony or Pomp challenged us to go read up on the reflexivity loop, right? Rising asset prices drive wealth. That drives spending, which supports the very earnings that pushes stocks higher, which increases the wealth. And as the wealth goes up, spending goes up, earnings go up, stocks go up. And it's this reflexive loop that can go on infinitely. It's a feedback system that persists longer than anyone expects. So really, at the end of the day, what's the bottom line? The dollar's going to lose value. Cash will get smoked, right? We know that. And those that own legitimate financial assets, they're going to continue to quietly compound in the background. It's not a bubble. It's the new American reality that we're living through right now. Look, the dollar's designed to lose value. Doing nothing's a guarantee that you'll continue to lose purchasing power. You basically have two choices: to continue to let macro uncertainty dictate your financial future, or you can take control. Subscribe to this channel, guys. That way you never miss a structural shift in what's going on. Like this video. Drop a comment. What'd you like best? What'd you learn? Do you like this format? It's quick, to the point, gets you thinking about what's going on in the world so that you don't miss these structural shifts. And finally, come join the G Dinero coaching community, guys. It's not just advice or non-financial advice. It's hands-on coaching at the end of the day, and a community of high-level investors all executing these exact same principles that we're talking about. If you want that roadmap to wealth, you're going to find it over at gdinerocoaching.com/premier in the G Dinero coaching community. Guys, I'll see you on the inside. And remember, I'm G Dinero. I'm here to help you increase your financial literacy to help put you and your family on that path to financial freedom. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Yo, G Dinero in the house. Charge up, let's go. G Dinero, coach of the trade, stacking that green. T at Tuesday, Money Monday, living the dream. Options popping, Bitcoin rocking, Tesla on fleet. Join the community.